here, as the show is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts. The rundown roster, this is today's lineup. Scott's going to talk a little draft prospects in just a second. Speaking of, Tigers, the #1 overall pick, has Miguel Cabrera, who's injured. We'll get an update around 2:20. Talk a little bit more about Pujols and look back on his historic career after that. Plus, deals with Dan. You tweeted him in, and he grades them. Taking place in just a little bit.
What is going on in the draft room of the Minnesota Twins? Do they know who they will take with the #1 overall pick?
The Minnesota Twins select Royce Lewis.
Athletically, he's a scout's dream. Probably the reason I think the Twins ended up with him, they wanted the best athlete that they felt like was best for them.
Smell it. It's getting that close. We're under a month away. June 4th, exclusively on MLB Network, and then on MLB.com for day 2 and day 3 on the 5th and the 6th. So Baseball America coming out with their latest top 10 list, and it starts with Casey Mize. A very well-balanced list, too, but Mize should join Frank Thomas and Greg Olson as the only Auburn players taken in the top 10. Brady Singer at one point looked like he could have gotten #1. He's fallen a little bit. Remember, he's pitched with some major talent at the University of Florida, like A.J. Puck, 6th overall pick in 2016, but very well-balanced list, and it is time to start prepping. Baseball America's Carlos Collazo prepping all year long. So, Carlos, let's start at the tippy top. How much work went into determining the #1 pick on the list?
Yeah, right now we have Auburn right-hander Casey Mize at the #1 spot. And from everyone we've talked to, scouting directors, scouts, everyone really puts Mize in that #1 spot. It's pretty clear-cut at this point, and he's really the first clear-cut #1 we've had in the past few years at this point. He's a guy who has the best stuff in the class as a pitcher. His control is really probably the best in the class as well. Last year he led Division I arms and strikeout to walk ratio. This year the strikeout rate is up, the walks are down. He had 15 strikeouts in his most recent start. He's really got the whole package.
Yeah, Mize is also someone that could be the first round pick out of Auburn since Josh Donaldson in 2007. Yeah, bringing it in really all facets right now, and it looks like he could go #1. Let's go beyond that, though, and let's put a theme on this. Like, what flavor of draft do you think this is going to be? Is it going to be more on the college side or more on the high school side?
I think if you asked that question before the season started, people would have said it was definitely heavy on the prep side. The high school guys, there's a lot of depth there, especially in the arms. I think as the season has progressed, the college hitters and the college players have kind of taken that step forward that some of these top high school guys really haven't to this point. So I think in the top 10, you might see it lean towards the college side. You've got guys like Nick Madrigal, Oregon State second baseman. He just came back from injury and has been playing well the past few weeks. Might be the best hitter in the class. A guy like Alec Boehm, Michigan State third baseman. And then a catcher in Georgia Tech and Joey Bart, who's got power and can play defense as well. So I think college guys really in the top 10 at this point.
And if I'm a fan, I'd be pretty excited about that, because usually with a college player, obviously he's going to get to the pros a little bit quicker, to the major league. So that's a good thing, especially if you're picking towards the top. All right, let me go through the list here. I'm going to pick another college player then to get excited about. How about #7, Joey Bart? Looking for the next superstar catcher in the sport. I want him to be that guy. Does he have the capability?
Yeah, I think so. Joey Bart is a guy who's kind of in that next line of Georgia Tech catchers. It's a program that also had Jason Varitek and Matt Wieters. He's a guy who really can do it all for you, has the defensive tools to maybe even become an above average or plus defender at the major league level. He calls pitches for Georgia Tech right now. Scouts are really impressed with that. He's got raw power, 60 grade power to all fields. The only knock on him is maybe the hit tool isn't as polished, but he has track record in the ACC. He's done well in wood bat leagues as well. I saw him recently in Chapel Hill, and he really can do everything for you on the diamond. He's a very exciting player.
It's been a little weak in the catching department in some of these past few drafts, so we're looking for a strong little boost there, and I hope that it works out for him. So let's do some high school love. I've heard about Cole Winn, the right-handed pitcher out of California. So to you, what stands out? What could make him a star in the majors?
Yeah, Cole Winn is a guy who's really been one of the steadiest high school arms in this class to this point. I think a lot of what defines the high school pitchers in this class is just the inconsistency of some of the top guys. Cole Winn is a guy who transferred from a Colorado high school and has really taken advantage of a down year in Southern California. Every time he goes out there, he's impressed scouts. He's got the opportunity to play at a lot of high leverage events in the National High School Invitational, the Boris Classic a few weeks later with Orange Lutheran High School. And every time out, he's just solid as they come. 3-pitch mix with a fastball up to 96 and a plus curveball. He's really got the whole package.
And he's a prep school arm. So if you look at the prep schoolers, how deep is that class coming up here?
Yeah, that's really one of the strengths of the class when you're talking about on depth. There are some guys at the top, like Matthew Liberatore, a left-handed pitcher out of Arizona. Carter Stewart in Florida. We can go through some other names, but really you can go down through our list until you get deep into the class, and there are really exciting arms with some stuff. JT Ginn is a guy who's further down, but has a fastball up to 98, 99 with life. Ethan Hankins is obviously a guy who we've talked about before, has dealt with some injuries this spring, but has bounced back recently and is throwing in the mid-90s. Kumar Rocker, Mike Vassell, a Northeast pitcher. A couple other names to throw out there is really just talented players that you might want to take a shot at.
Carlos, you're getting me excited. Once we get under the 1 month mark is when I really start stretching out and getting pumped for it. How excited are you for the draft?
I know we're pumped. We just released the VA 500, so we're excited. Talking to scouts every day, trying to get as much info as we can. It's really exciting times. We're pumped.
Carlos Galazzo covers this draft left and right for Baseball America. Good work. We'll let you get back to it, and we'll talk soon.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, DQ Ballpark Cam at Globe Life Park. Tigers and Rangers starting